Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. Let me get live on. Give me a second. I did not anticipate that this was going to happen, so I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna take a little short commercial break, real quick. Right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. How many seconds do I need? Which one?
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. Let me tell you something. If you have not experienced the Kim Cloud Show, what are you waiting for? Every entrepreneur, everybody that's interested in being encouraged or inspired needs to check her show out. She's got 3 different ways. So go check her out today. I just want to say the experience I had on her show was phenomenal. And I would love and can't wait to do it again. Talk to you guys soon.
That is so weird the way she was bopping her head, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Y'all saw it too, right? It was like part of her was like on that side of one way and another side was this way. I was like, what? I've been playing that for a while, but now that we got this right here, it's different. Let's go live on Kick. Hold on. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly class. I want to get this in the camera. The cleaning supplies to my right and the tissue, the white bucks to my left. Um, so let's take a visit down memory lane with X. What I do know about X is that it developed Grok. What I do know about X is that it's a free speech platform. What I do know about X is that it gives people an outlet to tell their story and not have to worry about being persecuted. So let's talk about that. Hmm. I wanted before we do that, I knew I had something I wanted to show y'all. I want to show y'all something. RIP to those children souls that were taken at the hands of this monster. And then we'll go down memory lane of X. What happened? What? They refreshed the feed. How did this? Wait. No, they refreshed the feed. There it is. That officer was being very generous. He said he just want him to be nice. He didn't say nice. He said, because where he going, he's definitely, it's no way because they said that he's going to get released from prison early, has been rearrested in Florida near an elementary school. So this felon got re-released to society after killing a kid. A kid's life was worth a couple of years. Excuse me for a second. I have allergies and I just opened the window and it's like they have cotton that look like snow here. So excuse me for a second once I open the window and I'm trying not to take allergy medicine because it makes me feel kind of weird, you know. So I deal with it, by staying away from it, but you can't help but the allergies are like hoarders or squatters or whatever you call that crap, unannounced, and they just sit there and annoy you. Hold on. Let me use this for a second. So anyway, um, this guy, let's read if this is the same post. No, it's not. Remember, folks, white South Africans don't belong in South Africa even after 400 years. White Americans are invaders of America in America even after 500 years. But the third world illegal immigrant or illegal migrant who got here last Tuesday is just as American as anyone else. And if you call him an invader, you're a racist. I'm not hating. I'm not saying that. This is how, I'm only the messenger. And it's time for a change. Either you're going to change what you're doing if you got through the loophole, or you going to fucking jail. To stab and have that many arrests shows that you have none, no, zilch, zip, nada intentions on changing what you're doing. If it could be 100 arrests, you brag about it. It sickens me how you say, I got that white girl. Because I feel just like that white girl, threatened. And I've always felt that way, even before you knew who I was, even before you even heard of me or my opinions about who I feel you are. Criminals. My life has been in danger by repeat offenders. It's okay to they hate your ancestors. They hate your culture. They hate your nation. They hate your children. And they think it's funny. It's okay to hate them. They're not going to stop until we stop them. Anyone else tired of being law-abiding citizens for a country that doesn't enforce its laws? He who spared a wolf sacrifices the sheep. Some complain that we put thousands in prison. In reality, we set millions free. One say I'm proud to be black. Another say I'm proud to wait. I'm proud to be black, said the black man. The white guy said I'm proud to be Asian, said the Asian man. The white man says he's proud to be white, says the racist. It's a emasculation. This is the way the Democrats get at the by emasculate. I know whether Trump knew it or not, going to jail was emasculating, if that's a word. I know it is. They made him feel belittled him. They belittled him as everyone else did. And now it's time for something better in our world. If he's going for peace, why is everybody so resistant of peace? I could see if he was saying, take that cyanide, drink it, and there we go. That's it. They tried to lie and say he said drink bleach. I've never seen that scene where he said that, but I heard he said it. The paradox of tolerance. If we do not extend unlimited tolerance even to those who are intolerant, we are prepared to defend tolerant society against onslaught of the intolerant. Then the tolerant will be destroyed and the tolerance with them. But there's more. There's more. The guy that I just showed you that was arrested, the extent of the horror that black man or that black home invader, murderer, Ronald Axontis visited upon the white family in Kentucky is overlooked in most coverage. The ongoing injustice to the family is grossly understated. Exontis didn't only slaughter white 6-year-old Logan Tipton, stabbing Logan to death in Logan's own bedroom. He invaded his shit. He also attempted to murder 3 of Logan's siblings and Logan's father, stabbing a total of 5 white family members. This is sick, man. This is sick. I wonder how deep it goes of why they spared the rod for this criminal. Here's exactly how horrific December night unfolded at the Tipton's home in Kentucky. Ronald Exontis enters Tipton home around 4 a.m. carrying a large kitchen knife. Exontis enters the bedroom of a 6-year-old Logan and his 4-year-old brother. He pulls I just can't read this. I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear it. That's why I'll read it. Exontis pulls 6-year-old Logan off the top bunk and quite literally, slaughters him, stabbing him in the head and neck dozens of times, violently killing him in the bloodiest possible fashion. How technical can you get with this shit? And this is the man the Democrats said, let go, let go, let go and let God. Is God saving him then? God can watch everybody. I get it. And God prepares us for all of this. This sacrifice will not be done in vain. So I see why God has a plan for everything. Not to say I condone what he did, because if he wasn't there, he got people in the law enforcement rooting for his death. And that believe in God. That 6-year-old boy did not deserve that. He deserved it. So I hope him and his posse get nice and comfortable at Club Fed, because booty is the top main course in jail or prison, whether you like it or not. They need to give drugs to the prisons and jails for certain people like that. And then they can drug them and rape them and torture them in their sleep like they did that fucking kid. Exantis then enters the bedroom where Logan's 8 and 11-year-old sisters are sleeping. It gets worse. He stabs the 11-year-old multiple times in the head and torso and throws her across the room. She survives, but she will forever be scarred. She probably have nerve damage 9.5, 9.9 times out of 10. He threw her like she was some white trash. A child that don't even know what her ancestors did to his punk ass. The commotion awakens Logan's 13-year-old sisters, who comes upon the nightmare scene and screams. The girl screams wake up Logan's father, who comes to his family aid, fights Exantis unarmed, is stabbed multiple times, but successfully forces Exantis out the home. When the case goes to trial, he's found not guilty by reason of insanity for a savage murder of a 6-year-old Logan Tipton. He is found guilty but mentally ill for the following: criminal attempt to commit a murder for stabbing the 3 other children, first-degree assault for stabbing the 3 other children, first-degree burglary for first degree because of inflicted injuries. Ronald was sentenced to 20 years in the Kentucky Department of Corrections. Now, get this, we're going to stop here. My brother took my Ford Focus on a high-speed chase with either the Kentucky State Trooper or the Hopkinsville Police Department, and bragged about it. They stopped the chase. He didn't even care about my car. He didn't care about what was going on. He just bragged about the chase and they called off the chase because they knew my car would be towed. Not because they wanted to stop a criminal like him. Who is dumb and stupid enough to try to get into a high-speed chase in a Ford fucking Focus? Where are you going? 2 miles? Not one single day of that sentence was what he did to that 6-year-old Logan Tipton. I want y'all to, based on what I told you, look at the picture. Imagine that picture being stabbed in the head, how that would look for a 6-year-old white child. He will never suffer any legal consequences specifically for what he did to Logan. Fast forward to October 1st of this year, and Ronald Exantis was released early for good behavior after serving less than half of his sentence. He immediately relocated to Florida. I am so glad he made that dumb fuck move. Thank you, Ron DeSantis. And was arrested a week later for failing to register as a convicted sex felon or a convicted felon, and has been returned to prison in Kentucky for this parole violation. And after all this, guess what? He is scheduled to be fully released in June of 2026. No parole, no nothing. A 100% free man. In 6 months, this literal monster will be just as free as you and me, more free. Imagine, even to the Democrat white ladies, that's okay with letting these motherfuckers go. Would you let them around your kids? You would never let them around your kids. Who lived in a mental prison ever since and must live in a world where the criminal psychopath who tried to kill them all is being set loose back upon society without restriction. A murdered 6-year-old, a murdered 4, 8, and 11-year-old, attempted murder of their father, a blood bath crime scene. Have y'all ever smelled blood before? Have y'all ever smelled blood before? Do y'all know what blood's supposed to smell like? I do. I know what a lot of blood smell like. And I'm going to tell you why. When I was 6 or 5 years old, someone who got sliced up real nice, which they wanted to do to me, sat up there and bust open our door, and a pool of blood was on him. He was scarred. I never saw him, but there was a pool of blood, like not even a pool, beyond a pool in our house. I don't even understand how my mother cleaned that shit up. There was a pool of blood everywhere. It smelled like straight iron. And he ran down the street, bloodied and all. I heard him. Help me, help me. Charlotte, North Carolina. I lack the vocabulary to convey how evil this system is. Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. A communist system can be recognized by the fact that it spares the criminals and criminalizes or criminalizes the political opponent. This is me right here. I have all these memes. I'm going to re-put them. What do you miss? I miss the way I viewed the world before I knew too much about it. Once you know a lot, it's over. The criminal justice system operates. Is this on camera? This is just me. Hold on. Look at those monsters. All those people, whether white or black, they just so happen to be white. 70, he got 70. How do you get arrested 72 times? I can still count on one hand how many times I've been arrested. Twice. No, yeah, twice. She was set on fire. Another white lady, 45 arrests, murdered. 39 arrests, murdered. 33 arrests, murdered. 17 arrests, murdered. You see, Scooby? What do Shaggy? What do you miss? I miss the way I feel the world before I knew too much about it. Ooh. Make insane asylums. They're not going to stop until we stop them. Make insane asylums great again. I'm not interested in playing God, but we do live in a world where data, neuroscience, and behavior models can predict dangerous patterns long before they erupt. The real failure isn't that evil exists, it's our justice system and mental health systems that still operate like it is. FBI NBRs. The average cost of a prisoner is 45. So they spent 35,000 on me probably. If it was 45, they spent 35,000 on me. They get paid. The average cost or they either get paid or it costs the taxpayers. Either way, to put somebody in prison is a liability more than an asset to people. It's a liability to the community, to the country. So let's make sure we put in away the people that are committing murderers, the people that are raping, killing, torturing, child predators, anybody that are doing things outside the norm. I will gladly pay my money, which I do through Social Security for this shit. Trump should negotiate a deal and deport violent criminals to Africa. The average cost per prisoner is US is 45,000 per year. The average cost per prisoner in Liberia is 96 per year. Trump should negotiate a deal and deport violent criminals to Africa. It doesn't matter who thinks it's racist, do it anyway. Taxpayers should not be punished. Anyone else getting tired of the law of being a law-abiding citizen for a country that don't enforce its own laws? He who spares the wolf sacrifices the sheep. Some complain that we put thousands in prisons. In reality, we set millions free. One says, I'm proud to be black, says the black man. Another says, I'm proud to be Asian, says the Asian man. Which means that both black and Asian is saying that he's a racist. And this is the scene of the black man who killed that child. This is for you, buddy. I noticed that the police probably eat donuts and probably laugh at the fact that every criminal that is a criminal, I immediately noticed it and got alerted. They always says, I'm not doing nothing. So that's the famous word of a criminal. He didn't say it, I didn't do it. He said, I didn't do nothing. They always say, I didn't do anything, no. And that's when you know they're combative because they're already resisting. And then when they say it, the Democrats look at it and say, you're right. You haven't done anything. It shows in the statistics of what happened. I don't know about this one because both juveniles, both black and white, you know, could be killing. So that's questionable. Very, very highly, beyond highly questionable. the paradox of tolerance. We got the Menendez brothers, and then we got just recently got the black child, almost child, that put a bomb in the J6 partition. This young whippersnapper placing bombs, learning bombs, thinking he gonna get away, smiling, chilling, whatever he trying to do, and got caught. So it's both black and white. Let me tell you what I put. I want y'all to, some of y'all haven't seen what I put. Where is it at? Where is it at? It must be right here. No. I shared, it has to be between this and that. Oh, here it is. Okay. No, that's not it either. Um, it's not on here. Let me see more. It's a way you can go back and look at what you put more. It's all good. It's not that serious. But it is that serious because a freaking child died. Damn it. What I did put that shows up on here is except that some that try to live righteous, there are some black people that try to live righteous and is handed the wrong card gets punished like me. People who are repeat offenders get off like their lives hold value in the United States. Their lives hold no value here, whatever the race. You break the law, you go to jail. You break the law, you risk going to jail. Different situations, same possible outcome. So pretty much, hold on. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I get angry, but it's just not fair, man. It's not fair how some people get off on getting over on the law. Like seriously, they get off on getting to know or trying to break the law. There's a difference between breaking a law because you want to and you can, and breaking a law because you have to and you need. The situation that happened to me out, with the assault, I broke the law because I was under, or I broke the law because I was under the influence, which not, it's not or, and however I broke the law because someone put um methamphetamine in my tincture, which caused me to act erratic. You think that the DNC isn't following me around, keeping tabs on me like Nancy Pelosi? Look at what I'm telling y'all right now. I've said Nancy Pelosi husband whole scenario was a big fucking setup from the get-go. You don't bring no Canadian immigrant to the country and you don't know who he is and he left unaccounted for and he walking in your neck of the woods in order to have a friendly encounter with a knife or a blunt object with Paul Pelosi, be able to call the police, and when the police finally come, at least they come by. I'm not mad with the police, but I'm making a point. That's all I'm saying. and they came by and they hit, he then hit Paul Pelosi. Paul Pelosi made a call. He gave Paul Pelosi a goodie bag of food. Paul Pelosi had a code word that he told the cops. They come by, and then he all of a sudden acts sporadic. Benny Johnson was talking about it. Benny Johnson has been being stalked too. That they shut that shit down in Trump's world. Whoever's in Trump's circle, Trump takes care of. Like Benny Johnson. And no, I know that I'm not safe, but he knows I have common sense about things. You don't, whatever organization is watching me that's good, they know I'm not going to go to the ghetto. I'm not going to go to the hood and say, what's up, y'all? My name is Kimberly Cloud. Y'all like me? Do you like the FBI? Because that's all I talk about. We have nothing in common. I have nothing in common. I had to be there. Y'all want to be there. Y'all get off on being there. I don't get off on that shit. I'm not happy for being in the ghetto. And yet they turn places like this is begin to be a zone. This is begin to be a zone. Excuse me for a second, y'all. No, I do not do drugs. I literally have, except medicinal marijuana, I literally have allergies. Hold on. Hold on, let me wash my hands this time. Hold on, you guys, I'm on national streaming saying I'm washing my hands. What a world, what a world. Okie doke. What a world, what a world. So yeah, like it's just too many bad people. Oh my God, the water is dripping. So yeah, man, like it's just too many bad people out here, man, and not enough good people. And I'm not saying everybody in the ghetto is wanting to be in the ghetto because I didn't want to be in the ghetto. Neither does some black people. Get out, I urge you, before you either in jail, profiled, or somewhere else. If you committed a crime and you know you're one of those people and you want to pray to God, I suggest you pray to God and Trump that you don't commit any other fucked up things. Some people gonna be in limbo. And then Trump just gonna bait some people because he knows some people just can't stop killing. And those are the people who deserve to be locked up. When y'all have those fucked up riots, I got something to tell y'all. They're scanning all of you. You don't understand how stupid y'all make yourselves look. They're scanning all of y'all. They bait y'all. They don't sit up there and do it purposefully. They do it as a defense tactic. And you just sit up there on camera and break the law like you're not going to be held accountable. One day you will. You're that bold to come out. And some of y'all still hide underground. Some of y'all, I don't know where y'all are very lost in the system. But now with the new technology and probably prior to that, you will be found. No matter where you're hiding. The military, you think you're better than the military? Our military, the one and only best military to me, based on what I know, they know, possibly, you fucking with some pretty powerful people. You are going against some really powerful people. And we're showing how we feel by our reactions to your response to what you want to do to our communities. Death, jail, or imprisonment. Look, I'm not going to get on here and hoop and holler and sit up there and I'll say this. There was this one Asian girl. She was beautiful, y'all. Y'all would have never thought that this woman was like she was beautiful. You would have never thought she was like a black widow. That's how brutal. She went under the radar. She was baking cookies at the university, baking mold. She brought her boyfriend or her brother, whoever that was Asian, brought mold in. And now she got fed charges. So this is my last attempt. Don't fuck with me. I am government property. They will find you. And if they can't charge you with something on me, they'll charge you with something because criminals just don't are not just going to fuck with me.